Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a full body workout for you on the reformer using a foam roller and your box for props. So go ahead, box can just start off to the side right now. Foam roller is going to start right down at the center line of your reformer so that your spines can roll down. And then foot bars are going to start all the way down, and we are going to go fully loaded with springs, and that's just so your carriage does not move when we're lying down. If you don't feel comfortable at any point on the roller, you can always come off and just toss it aside and just lie down on your reformer like normal. We're going to go ahead, lie ourselves down, and then once we get down onto our foam roller, we just want to make sure that our heads and our tailbones are fully supported by these rollers. Again, at any point, if you don't feel comfortable, you guys can always come off of this. Arms are just wherever they feel comfortable. Feet are wherever they feel comfortable as well. The wider we have our feet out in front of us, the easier it's going to be to balance. The more narrow we have our feet, the more challenging it's going to be to balance. So up to you how wide you have your feet. Neutral spines, arms are going to go up to the ceiling to start, and we're just going to begin with a little protraction and retraction here. So on an inhale, I'm going to reach my arms up to the ceiling. My head is staying down into the roller. And then on my exhale, my shoulders are going to come down, almost wrapping around my foam roller. So again, I'm going to inhale, reach my arms up, and then I'm exhaling to let my shoulders come back down. Again, inhaling as we reach up for that protraction. Exhale. Again, you want to feel your shoulder blades almost wrapping around the foam rollers as we come back down for that retraction. And we'll just do a few more here. And last one. Okay, now once we come down, we're going to pause. Palms are rotated towards each other if they're not already. On an inhale, we're going to open our arms wide out to the sides of the room to open up our chests. And then on our exhale, our arms will go right back up towards the ceiling. Again, inhaling as we open our arms wide. And then exhale as our arms come back up. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Now it's up to you how long you hold your arms out to the sides of the room. And then if you do want a deeper stretch in your chest, if you bend your elbows, you will get a deeper stretch in your chest. So that's going to be up to you if your arms stay long or if you bend your elbows to like goalpost arms. Again, feel free to hold out as long as you would like. Okay, last one here. And then when we come back up, we're going to pause at the top. We're going to inhale now, reach our arms behind us as far back as you can go. On an exhale, we're going to open them out to the sides of the room, bring your arms all the way down to your hips, and then we're going back up to the ceiling for circles. So we're reaching back, opening wide, all the way down to your hips, and then back up to the ceiling again for our circles. Feel free to take these at your own pace. You can play with any rotation of your palms. And we are allowing ourselves to get a little more range of motion than normal. So enjoy this nice stretch. Okay, now the next time our arms go back up to the ceiling, we're going to pause and then we're going to reverse. So we're going to go down to our hips, open wide, reach behind us, and then we're going back up to the ceiling for a circle. So down to the hips, open, reach back, and then coming all the way back up and back down. Again, take those at your own pace. Feel free to play with any rotation of your palms. Okay, we'll do one more in this direction. And then when we come back up, we're gonna pause, bring our arms all the way down towards our sides. And then once we come down towards our sides, we're gonna go into some abdominal work. Now, a couple things on the rollers for your ab work. Again, if you don't feel comfortable, come off and just do this on the carriage. Neutral spine will be an option. So up to you if you hold your neutral, or if you feel this too much in your low backs, I'd prefer you go into a flat back position where your low back is completely flat down into the roller. And then the other option that we can have today is heads can either stay down onto the foam rollers, or you can bring your chin towards your chest and come up into an abdominal curl just to make those a little more challenging. So you have a few options here. We are going to carefully bring our knees up into a tabletop position. Again, neutral spines options, ab curls options, up to you. Make sure that your arms do stay on the carriage, otherwise you will roll off. We're going to inhale, dip the right toes down towards the foot bar. We're going to exhale, lift back up. Inhale, dip the left toes down, and then we're exhaling to lift. So again, inhale as we dip, and then exhale. We want to engage our obliques as we pull each leg back up. Inhale down, exhale to lift back up. Hinge to dip, scoop into your core to lift each leg back up. We're gonna do one more right, one more left. Then when that left leg comes up, we're gonna pause, inhale, dip both toes down towards our foot bars, and then we're scooping into our low abs to lift. Again, inhale as we dip down, scoop into the low abs again as we lift our knees back up. They're drawing in towards our backs to lift the knees back up. Let's go ahead and just do two more. Two, exhale up, and then last one. Now, when we come up, we're gonna relax our feet back down, let our heads go back down if your heads are up, and then you can either pelvic clock if that feels good. You can do a little open and close of your knees just to work out any tension in your hips. And then we are going to continue with our abdominal work. So knees back up into that tabletop position. Curls or no curls, again, that's up to you. We're gonna inhale, reach the right leg out to a challenging level. Exhaling as we pull in, left leg extends, exhale again as you pull back in. So inhale out, think engaging, again, the obliques to help pull each leg back in. Inhale away, exhale back. One more right, one more left. Then when our left leg comes in, we're gonna pause, zip your legs together, both legs out on that inhale, scoop into your low abs to bring those knees back in. Inhale out, exhale again as you pull those knees back in. Then draw your abs into your backs. Let's do two more here. And then last one. When we come in, we can relax our feet, heads, and then again, either pelvic clock, open and close the knees, whatever feels best in your bodies. Last two things for core will be straight legs. So again, we'll go knees in our tabletop position, then legs go straight up to the ceiling. Ab curls, no ab curls. Again, that's up to you. Inhale, right leg lowers down. Exhale, lift it back up. Left leg lowers straight down. We lift it straight up. Inhale, lower. Exhaling again as we lift. We're gonna do one more right, one more left. Then when that left leg comes up, pause, inhale, lower both legs down to a challenging level, scoop into the low abs to lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Again, I'm drawing my abs in and up to lift. Two, and one. Okay, we can bend the knees, relax the head, the feet. Again, if you want to do like a little pelvic clock, can pelvic clock, open and close your knees. And then to get off of the rollers, easiest way is if your hands are at your sides, you go butt off first, and then you come up and you get rid of your rollers. Now, rollers are just gonna go off to the sides. Don't set them straight up and down next to your reformer, otherwise you will hit it because we're gonna do some arm work. We're gonna go a heavy and a light spring, and we're just gonna do arms here. Now, If you have a reformer like me that has a first row and a second row setting for your springs, you can always, if you want anything a little heavier, you can always hook to the second row setting, where I'm going to, just because we're going to do some arm work and I want a little more work for my arms. If you only have the first row, you could do a heavy and a medium spring to make it a little heavier. So up to you, one heavy, one light, or you can go a little heavier than that. We're going to lie ourselves down onto our reformers. The headrest can be up or down, that's up to you. We're gonna reach behind us, grab our short loops into our hands, and then arms are going to go straight up to the ceiling. Hands are right over our shoulders, and then we're finding our neutral spines. Knees go up into a tabletop position, and then my legs are just zipped together. On an exhale, I'm gonna pull my arms straight down towards my hips, and then we're gonna inhale to return back up towards the ceiling. So again, exhaling as we pull straight down, inhaling as we return. We wanna think our bra lines are staying anchored down into the carriage. So we do have that rib cage connection here. They're not just like lifting and popping out to the sides. Exhale, pull, inhale as we return back up. Again, lots of arms here, not really a lot of core work, just because we did a lot of core work to start on the rollers. Exhale down, inhale up. Let's go for 2. And then last one. Now when we pull down towards our hips, we're gonna hold at our hips. On an inhale, I'm gonna open my arms out to a T. And then on my exhale, I'm gonna press my palms back to my hips. So inhale out to a T, exhaling as we press our palms, again, just right back towards our hips. Keep those bra lines heavy, neutral spines the entire time. And I'm feeling my lats, biceps engaging as I press my palms to my hips. We'll do 3 more. Now on this last one, I am gonna hold my arms all the way down to my hips. I'm gonna reach them up to the ceiling. We're gonna pause. We're gonna pull down to the hips, pause. Open out to your T, pause. Press back to your hips, reach up to the ceiling. So combination movement. We go down to the hips, out to a T, back to the hips, back to the ceiling. So it's an exhale to pull, an inhale to open, an exhale to press, and an inhale as we return back up. Exhale down, inhale T, exhale hips, inhale ceiling. Keep going. Engage your core on every exhale. We are going to do one more series after this. Now, when our arms go back up to the ceiling, we can pause. If you want to relax your feet down, you can. Last thing that we're going to do here for arms will be 3 different versions of our tricep press. So we can start with the elbows bent into our sides. The palms are rotated towards your foot bars, towards your legs. Knees go up into a tabletop position. Exhale, we're pressing our palms down to the carriage. We inhale to bend. Exhale, press, inhale, bend. Again, elbows are just gonna stay right in towards our ribs. I am engaging my core every time I press my palms again to my hips. Fingers long, or you can have a fist, that's up to you. 2 more. And then last one. Now when we press to the hips, we're gonna hold at the hips. Palms rotate towards each other, towards our bodies. You might have to adjust your palms in the straps. Bend your elbows, your palms stay rotated towards each other, and then we press our palms to our hips. Inhale, bend, exhale, press. Again, keep your palms rotated towards each other the entire time. We're gonna feel triceps and biceps working a little more with this little rotation. Again, long fingers or fists, that's gonna be up to you. I have a fist just because it's easier for me with this little rotation. Okay, 2 and 1. Now we're gonna hold at our hips, rotate our palms back to the floor. Elbows stay in towards our ribs. When I bend my elbows, my fists go out towards the sides of the room, so think wide tricep press. and then we're pressing back to the hip. So bend wide and press. Inhale wide, exhale, press. Keep the elbows into the ribs. Fists again go towards the outsides of the room. Again, lots of triceps and working a little more into those biceps as well. 3, 2, 1. And then when you bend, you can relax the feet down and then just feel free to give your knees a little sway, stretch, or a hug. We are going to hang our straps back up onto the pegs. When we sit off to the sides, I am taking my light spring off, so I'm just on a heavy spring. So one heavy spring, we're grabbing our boxes, and then our long box is going to go on the frame of your reformer. The long box is going to go on your carriage against your shoulder blocks. And then once you get your long boxes here, we're going to grab our foam rollers. I don't know where mine went. And the foam rollers are just going to lie right over the frame here, right over your straps. It's not in your headrest, it's on your frame over the straps. We're going to lie ourselves on our stomachs facing the straps, facing the foam rollers. When you lie down, we're gonna go belly button at the edge of the box. So we're a little further off than normal. So again, belly button at the edge. Hands are gonna go out about as wide, maybe a little less than the frame of your reformer. And then from here, we're just gonna roll the foam roller out away from us, and we're gonna bring our chest heavy, head heavy, and legs can go heavy. So it's a pretty big stretch here for your chest. Now, before we lift up, I'm gonna do a little squeeze of my glutes and my hamstrings. Legs can be just a little wider than your hips. And then we're gonna start to lift the chest. Now, as we do so, I'm pushing into my palms. I'm gonna roll the foam roller in towards me with my hands. So when I come up into my swan, my hands are flat on the rollers. My chest is lifted into whatever extension you feel comfortable with. You are keeping the little squeeze of your glutes and your hamstrings. And then our shoulders are down out of our ears. So don't let your shoulders shrug up into your ears. From here, one smooth movement down to roll it out, one smooth movement to come up. So roll it out like dough. You're gonna roll out. You should end up on like your forearms or even your elbows, kind of like me. And then I'm gonna push into my forearms, lift my chest, hands go back onto the roller. So we can inhale to roll out and exhale to come up. Shoulders down, collarbones wide. Inhale, roll out, and exhale again as we lift back up, keeping that little squeeze of your glutes and your hamstrings so that we are protecting the low backs. Adjust the roller as needed. Inhale, lift, and exhale, roll back out. Let's go for 2. And last one. Up and down. Okay, once you come down, you can pause, relax your legs, your chest, your arms. Feel free to just drop that chest as low as you can get it to the floor. Now, the next time we come up into this, we're gonna add a little more lift of the legs. We're gonna think kind of like a rocking chair now. So I'm gonna squeeze my glutes, lift my legs as high up as I can off the box. Keep the squeeze as we lift our chest up. Our legs are naturally gonna go down, but we are keeping that nice big squeeze. And then as we lower the chest, the legs are going to lift back up. So lift the chest, the legs go down. And then as the chest goes down, the legs go up. Push, exhale, lift, and then inhale, return back down again. Try to keep those legs as high as you can when that chest goes down. Okay, we're gonna do 2. And last one. Up and down. Now when you go down, you're gonna hold here. Keep those legs lifted. Keep a little lift of your chest. Little beats of your heels together. They don't actually have to touch, but think squeeze your glutes together, apart, little beats. Keep that lift of those legs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, relax. Okay, we're gonna lift our chest. I'm gonna take my hands on the frame of the carriage. I'm gonna scoop back onto my box so now my bra line's at the edge, and then our rollers are going off to the sides. Now, once we get those rollers off to the sides, bra lines are at the edge, hands are gonna go, we're gonna take our straps off the pegs. Hands are gonna hold on to like right where the knotted part of your ropes are, and then they go on the outside frame of your carriages. Now, ideally for this one, your legs are zipped together, but if it doesn't feel good on your low backs, I would just keep them slightly apart. So together if you can, slightly apart if you can't. Head's heavy, chest heavy, legs heavy. Pulling straps 1. On an inhale, I'm gonna reach my arms to my hips. Lift my chest and my legs. Make sure when you're lifting, stay here, eyes are looking down to the floor, you're reaching through the crown of your head, lengthening through your toes, and then you're returning everything back down to that starting position. So we can exhale today to pull back, lift, reach, and then you can just inhale and return back down. So again, exhaling today to reach back. Eyes again should be looking straight down towards the floor. Wrists stay long when you pull all the way to your hips, and they should be right at your hips, not out to the sides of the room. Exhale, pull back, lift, reach. Inhale, return. We're gonna do 2 more like that on the last one. We're gonna hold. Okay, last one, we're gonna hold back here. Tricep extensions, bend your elbows, press. Bend your elbows, press. Keep the lift of the chest, legs, lengthen through the crown of your head and your toes. Okay, now as we do these triceps, we're gonna do a flutter throughout our feet. Kick those legs, they stay long. Keep the squeeze of the glutes and the hamstrings. Think abs are into your backs. Keep swimming, keep doing that tricep press. 4, tension in your ropes the entire time. 2, and 1. Relax. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna hang our straps onto the pegs, step ourselves off to the sides of our boxes, and then our boxes can go back to their homes. Now, once we get our box back, we're gonna go 2 heavy springs, and then the next one is going to be up to you. You can do 2 heavies and a light, or 2 heavies and a medium. I'm gonna go 2 heavies and a medium to make this heavier for your legs. Now again, if you have the second row, you could technically just hook to the second row, which makes it heavier, and you can do 2 heavies on the second, a light on the first, or to make it heavier if you have just the first row setting, 2 heavies and a medium. So I'm first row, 2 heavies and a medium. Again, if you want it lighter, we are going into legs and glutes, 2 heavies and a light. We are using foam rollers for these, and your foot bars do have to go up to make this a little easier for ourselves. Grab the straps off the pegs, long loops go around your rollers. I always make sure that they're at least like a foot, and this is more than a foot, but at least a foot or so away from the edge, just so they don't bend a ton and you break them easily. And then put the roller on the frame, not in your headrest. Then we're gonna lie ourselves down onto our reformers. And once we lie down onto our reformers, I'm going to reach back, grab my foam roller into my hands. Headrest can be up or down, that is up to you. And then we're gonna go feet onto the roller. They should be on the insides of the straps, not on the outsides. And then I'm having my feet just about that fist distance away, maybe a little closer than that fist distance away from each other. And they are parallel. Legs are going up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. On an exhale, I'm gonna lower my legs straight down towards my springs. And then on my inhale, I'm gonna hinge at the hips, come back up. So I'm exhaling to pull straight down. And then I'm inhaling as I hinge, come back up. Think sacrum heavy, pelvis just stays nice and still. Exhale down, and then again inhaling as we hinge at the hips as we come back up. Bra lines are just staying heavy down into our carriages. We want the backs of the legs into the glutes, engaging as we pull. And then again, inhale as we hinge, come back up. Okay, I'm gonna go for 2 more. And then last one. Okay, now we're gonna pull our legs back down, pause with the legs down. We're moving into squat, so we're gonna bend our knees in, pause here, make sure that you're not collapsing into your low back, so your knees are staying parallel with each other, your toes are staying parallel, and then we're pushing the legs back out. So we're inhaling to bend in, and then we're exhaling again. As we push back out, we're squeezing our glutes as we push. Again, just maintaining our neutral spines the entire time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Again, I'm squeezing my glutes as I go out and in. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. Now, when we bend back in, we will allow ourselves to come out of our neutral spines. We are going to let our legs go straight up to the ceiling. So my low back is flat. I'm gonna pull my legs down towards my springs, bend my knees into my chest, legs go straight up, and then again, I'm going to exhale, pull down. Now, up to you how much you allow your low back to go down. I am letting my tailbone and my sacrum lift off of the carriages here. If you want to go up higher like me, you can. If you want to keep your butts down, you can. The range of motion is really up to you. I just want you to, obviously you're going to work into your hamstrings here, but I do want you to get a nice big stretch in the low backs for this series. Exhale down, inhale, bend, and extend back up. Let's do 2. And then last one. Okay, now once we go back up, we're gonna pause and now we're gonna reverse. So now we bend our knees in, we push our legs out, and then we hinge back up. Bend, push, and hinge. Again, the low backs can go flat. I am letting my butt lift off the carriage, so mine's like a mini short spine massage. Up to you if you let your butts go up. If you do let them go up higher than mine, just make sure that your headrest is down. I'm gonna do 2, and then last one. Now, when we push back out, we're gonna pause. We're gonna slide our feet so now they're right next to each other. Legs are gonna go up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. Small bend to both knees, and then the left knee will go up into a tabletop position. I'm gonna exhale, pull my right leg straight down towards my springs. Inhale, hinge, come back up. Single legs. This is where it's gonna be much more challenging with those heavier springs. Exhaling as we pull down. Inhaling as you hinge, come back up. And I am taking my hands onto my hips just to make sure that my pelvis stays nice and still. Again, exhale down, and then inhaling as you return. 3 more. Okay, last one, we're gonna hold our leg down. When we bend our right knee in for single leg squats, the roller should be ending up underneath your left calf, and then we're gonna push that left leg back, or right leg back out. So inhale, bend the right, press. Left leg stays in the same position. Again, the roller should be going underneath your left leg, push out. Squeeze your glutes. Again, make sure that you're holding your neutral spines for this whole series. No collapsing into your low backs. Squeeze that booty as you push out, bend in. 2 and 1. Now keep your leg out. Take your left foot on. The legs are zipped together. I'm going to hinge to come back up. Again, small bend to my knees, neutral spine, right knee tabletop. Exhale, pull the left leg straight down. Inhaling as we hinge to come back up. Again, I'm just keeping a small bend to my left leg, controlling my pelvis as I go up and down. Okay, 2 more. And then last one. Now when we pull down, we're gonna hold, I'm gonna lift my right heel up just a little higher. So when I bend my left leg in, the roller can go underneath my right calf. And then I'm exhaling, I'm squeezing my booty again as I push out. My left toes and knees are staying pointed straight up to the ceiling. And I'm able to maintain my neutral spine for this whole squat series. Okay, 2 more. And then last one. Bring your right foot on. Both legs go straight up to the ceiling. You can come out of your neutral spines. We're gonna pull on our straps and just give our hamstrings, our glutes, and our low backs a stretch here. Okay, feet are gonna come off of the roller. We're gonna take the straps off, and then once we take our straps off, we are going to set the roller just right behind us, right where we started, with it on the frame of your reformer, over your straps, not on your headrest. Your head is in your headrest, so it shouldn't be able to go there. We're gonna sit off to the sides, and you're just gonna stay on the same spring. So we're gonna kneel facing the foam roller, facing your straps. Knees can be up against the shoulder blocks or a little further out. I'm gonna take my hands almost as wide as the width of my carriage, and then I'm just gonna roll my foam roller out, drop my chest down towards the floor, and then I'm just gonna hold a stretch here. You can go high hips, you can go low hips, you can rock yourself back and forth from high hips to low hips. That is up to you. Just give your chest a nice stretch here, those lats a stretch. Okay, bring the carriages back in. We're gonna take the right hand to the center of the roller. Left hand is gonna hold onto the frame of your reformer. You are going to roll out and rotate to the left side. So your palm should rotate, your torso should rotate, and we're stretching out that right side body here. You should stay in that little rotation. Again, high hips or low hips, up to you. You can rock it back and forth from high hips to low hips if that feels good. Okay, and then I'm gonna round back in, take my left hand to the center, right hand to the side, and then I'm gonna roll out and rotate to the right side. Again, high hips, low hips, that's really up to you. You can rock it back and forth from high hips to low hips if you'd like. Just stretch out that left side here. Tricep is tight. Okay, let's bring it back in, both hands back to each side. Roll that foam roller out one more time. Now you can have your palms rotated to the floor. You can rotate them towards each other. Again, high hips, low hips. You can rock it back and forth. Up to you for this last stretch. Ooh, then we can round, come back in. Okay, we can sit ourselves off to the sides. We are all finished with that workout. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today.